Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making a butter pecan cake, and I'm going to be using Betty Crocker super moist buttery recipe in the yellow flavor. And of course I'm be changing out the cup of water for a cup of milk, and I'll be adding some of my kitchen bouquet. So it's like a hack. I'm adding things to it to make it taste more homemade, and I'm going to be adding some butter extract to it. So let's get started. In this one container. And of course, it calls for the oven to be preheated to 375 degrees, and I've already have that. Have my pan sitting off to the side, and it calls for one third stick of softened butter, three eggs, and they're room temperature, and 1 cup of milk. And I want to mix it up a little bit before I add my kitchen bouquet and the vanilla extract. Okay, I'm gonna add in 1/4 teaspoon of my kitchen bouquet. Or maybe a little bit more. And 1/4 teaspoon of the butter extract. I'm going to mix this together. And it says mix for about 2 minutes. Now, I'm going to add my pecans to this batter, and I've roasted my pecans for 8 minutes on the 375. So I'm going to put some in here, and I'm going to reserve some to put on the outside of I'm going to mix it, I think. Instead of putting it on the outside of the cake, like just sprinkle it, I'm going to mix it in this icing, which also is part of the hack. And of course, my hands are cleaned and washed. Now these pecan, you can, mine is kind of like, I have some big pieces in there as well, because you know I love pecans. But if you don't want that, you can chop them up a little bit more finer. Okay, and there's the batter. Let me get the pans. And I'm using a non-stick cooking spray, Baker's Joy. I always try to eyeball it, and it still doesn't work out quite right with the size. So I'm gonna try to scoop out the same amount. A little bit left. Getting the bubbles out. And we're going to put these in the oven, and it calls for 25 to 30 minutes, or until a toothpick sticks into the center and comes out clean. And I'll be back. Hi everyone, I'm back with the word. I'm waiting for the cake to come out of the oven. So let's get into this good news. I'll be coming from Matthew 12, verse 28, 29, and 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Come unto me, all ye that are labor and are in heavy laden, and I will give you rest. We all go through some stuff. Whoever you thinking of right at this moment, they all go through something. They might not be going through something now, but they do. Elon Musk, he goes through something. The cashier that's on the register at Walmart, they go through something. So we all are going to go through some things. But how good it is to know that we have the Lord on our side, that we can fall on our knees and pray, and he will work it out. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Learn his word. Get to know it for yourself. There's a lot of people, you can go TikTok, Facebook, wherever, Instagram. Somebody is saying something about the Lord. But if you don't know, you'll fall for it. You need to know what God's word says. And he says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Learn of him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Okay, we're back. The cakes are out of the oven. And they cook for like 20 minutes. And this is how they look. Now I'm going to let them cool in the pan for about 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to turn them out on my cooling rack and let them cool completely. Okay, we're back. The cake has cooled. I have them sitting off to the side. Now I just want to mix up this creamy supreme white frosting. And I'm going to add some pecans to this. For this butter pecan cake, and from a cake box pack. Now if I can get the foil off the top. pecans I wanted to mix into the icing. Hold a little bit off to the side. I don't know what I want to do with that yet. Let me just put it in there. So, I know this part would be the icing on the top and in the center mostly. Because I like that little rustic look. A friend of mine, my birthday was in April. And a friend of mine bought me this kit that has 700 pieces in it. And it had this cake, what you call it, turntable in it with these little cake pans, I guess, not pans. I gotta look and see what you call these. And it had spatulas, offset spatula, a whisk, a lot of other stuff. It's 700 pieces. So she bought a whole kit. So I can't wait to go through it and start using those piping bags and those different type of tips. There's a lot to come. So let's get started with this icing. So on the bottom. One cake. Flip it over. Flip it. Okay. The sides don't have to be fully covered with icing. They have that rustic look that I like. Peaks and valleys. So, see how this tastes. Isn't she pretty? I love this table. Let's do a thumbnail. Now we're gonna cut and taste it. And this is one of the cake cut, no, this is the cake cutter that I got out of the 700 pieces. So I'm trying already with new stuff. Last time I cut a big piece. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm just gonna cut a little piece. See how the cake spatula held up. Oh, nice and pretty. It's beautiful. See the pecans throughout the cake, the frosting. My butter pecan cake. Let's give her a taste. Can't go wrong with pecan. Oh, it's delicious. Moist. It's good. It is good. You can get a pecan in every bite. Now you don't have to put your pecan in your icing. You don't even have to put pecan on the icing. You just put it in the cake if you like, or vice versa. It's up to you. But this cake is delicious. I'm gonna take a piece. Well, I'm gonna take maybe half of it to work for my fellow employees. But it is delicious and it's quick. So give it a try. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next upload. Mm-hmm.